So what if I told you guys there's a game sort of like Diablo with a mix of Animal Crossing? What would you say to that? How would you feel by it? Well, let me tell you something. This game, Cult of Lamb, by the digital game studios of Massive Monster, published by Devolver Digital, really caught my eye the first time I saw this trailer. During an indie conference that I forgot the name for, really caught my eyes when I watched the trailer. I love seeing the art design behind the game, plus nothing really has you asking questions like a game about a lamb literally starting a cult. I mean, that's kind of a crazy title if you ask me. So as soon as I saw the demo was out, I played through it, and I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions and opinion on the game. Do note though, this isn't a full review. This is just giving my first impressions just based on the demo and everything I played from what they gave me. It was about roughly 20 minutes. Before we get into it, guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Nicktana. I'm a content creator here on YouTube. I do a lot of reviews, news, stuff like that. Just love talking about gaming. Everything on here is gaming news. So if you do like this type of content, make sure you guys hit the sub button. It's literally a free way to support me, and it helps out a lot because I'm trying to get those numbers up and shit like that. If you did like this video, make sure you leave a like too as well. Get more people involved and stuff like that. Without further ado, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get into my review. I just said it wasn't a review. My fucking first impressions of Cult of the Lamb. In the beginning of the game, you're about to be killed for reasons I have no idea about because I'm not in this lamb's business. That's his reason to why he's about to be killed. I'm not involved in any of that. Basically, right before he gets killed, a stranger just pops out of nowhere, snap, poof, and basically says, I will spare your life, and if I spare your life, then you got to start a cult in my honor. And you get the options between yes or absolutely yes. So either way, this dude's saving your life, and you're gonna have to start a weird cult that you have no idea about. So now that your life is spared, I guess it's time to start your cult. In order to do that, you're gonna have to explore dark dungeons, fighting enemies with melee weapons, using dodge roll mechanics and abilities to help, and saving other creatures to take part in serving you. During your exploring of the dungeons, you'll run into cool things such as tarot card readers, and this tarot card reader is like very cool. So like in the gameplay, I'll show you. Basically, he'll give you an option between two cards, and each card gives you a positive buff to your build, some being better than others, but based on how you want to play your build, you could design the way you want to rock. And I think that's kind of cool, like being to given options to improve your combat based on little simple cards and stuff like that. And you'll randomly find him in dungeons and stuff like that, so it's kind of cool to get that little buff. And plus, I always thought it was cool because I'm hoping in the actual game, it seems like it's randomized, like you don't get the same stuff over and over and over again. So if you could just keep on getting randomized items and things that just like hit, that'll do better for you, that'll be cool as well. Another dungeon feature they added in the game that I thought that was really cool is that sometimes you would go into a room and they would have multiple weapons or abilities. Basically, you would walk into a room, and I'll show you guys right here. It basically has two weapons, or it has an ability or a weapon. I don't know what clip I'm showing you, but basically like each weapon has their own buff and debuff effect. So like you could pick your ability, you could pick your build based on how you want to run. So let's say you want to have an attack that does a lot more damage but a little bit slower, you could do that. If you'd rather have a weapon that has more attack speed, not enough power to get your hits in while you could do that. Or if you don't want a new weapon at all, you like what you're rocking with, you could also just go around and get certain abilities based on like if you hit a certain combo, or if your critical hit, or make your critical hit higher. I thought that was amazing too in the game. Definitely something to switch up playthroughs and try out different weapons, and I think that this is randomized too. So but that's the key that I do like about this game, is dungeon crawling and being able to get random weapons whenever you feel. It's not going to feel stale like if you want to go back and rock certain dungeons. You're going to get randomness, and you got to play by luck of the draw. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. So it adds a little bit of replayability, I'm hoping, to this game as well, especially if there's like a higher difficulty or something. But you remember how I said the basic part of this is to go through dungeons, and you're gonna go ahead and get your creatures and stuff like that. I didn't write it down in my notes, but there is another reason that you are going through these dungeons. It looks like that there was 4 guys that looked like they were trying to kill you for reasons, again, I don't know about. I'm gonna let it be, but they sit there and they try to kill you. It looks like you're going through these dungeons to make sure you kill them. So I'm guessing that's more of the plot to the story. But I saved this part for last because I really want you guys to like. This is one of the reasons why I think this game is so cool. Once you complete each area and you save the creature, that creature will offer to serve you in your cult to make up for saving them. Kind of like how you did it for the stranger, but now they're helping serve you. This is where the game is like separates it from normal dungeon crawlers. It's a super unique way to like have your own type of style to it. Once you get back to your area, it will give you the option to customize your new cult member. And this is freaking cool. Like, imagine if Animal Crossing literally sat there and said, oh, instead of going from island to island to island to island to island to island to island, I'm an island boy. Like every certain island, you could just make what you want on the spot. Because I know some people in Animal Crossing, they have their own different islands and the way they want to do things. So like, they're literally just saying like, look, whatever you get, you can get them right away. Like if you see here, I literally named my boy Lime. Shout out to the Lime White Claws. That's my boy. But we sat there and named him Lime. And we were able to adjust his markings, his personality, his species. You were able to adjust so much on these characters. It was actually crazy to see. Last feature that these members do have is they will have like little features that are like debuffs and buffs. I don't know what the actual system would be called. It's got to be something in gaming. It feels like it's a normal thing. But basically each villager, I'm going to call them villager. I feel wrong calling them cult members. These villagers, basically, they sit there and they'll be like, this one has a lower rate of this, but a higher rate of doing this and a lower rate of this. So it has things that they specialize in and what they don't specialize in. So you could design tasks based on what they're good at. And you're probably thinking, Nick, what do you mean by task? Like, what do you mean? Like, you said the word task. They're going to be doing like tasks, like chores? Like they're going to be doing dishes and making food and making their bed and all that good stuff? Listen, relax. I'm getting there. Yes, the whole point of the game is like they do chores. Like I said, Animal Crossing. Think of Animal Crossing. There's literally a part in the demo where you go around and you're doing chores. You got to make these guys food. You got to clean up. You got to get material to make the food. And this is like amazing to me. So like you're literally doing stuff in your off time of exploring the dungeons to make the village the way you want to. This is why I think this game is not, I don't know if this game is going to be just story or not, if it has a little bit more than that, but this is like really cool. Like a lot of these games nowadays you see that are getting a lot of love. Like I wouldn't say Animal Crossing per se, but you know, people are playing those farming simulators like Stardew Valley. A lot of people like Harvest Moon. You know what I'm saying? They're big, but like I commend them for trying to do this. This is going to be a really sick aspect of a video game. Instead of just going and slashing and cutting and killing monsters all the time, you could actually go through and have a secondary part of the game. So I think that's super cool of them to actually do that. In the demo, you could see here, basically, I can assign him to do work. So I assign him to chop up some stone or break up some stone. While he's doing that, I'm getting materials to make a fire so I can make some food. Overall, beautiful system so far. Beautiful system. I love it. I'm hyped for it. Playing the demo, I have really solid first impressions for this game. I'd honestly give this demo a 9 out of 10. I think the combat is intriguing enough, not very hard like a lot of other games I played, but you're basically slicing and chopping and slicing and chopping. It's not really that hard. I couldn't figure out how to heal. I don't know if you can heal, but I think the combat's not that hard to where like I have to be healing all the time. 9 out of 10. Honestly, it's a 9 out of 10 game. I like the combat. I like really love the aspect of the home and the village and being able to spruce everything up. Like that is amazing to me. I don't know who. I give Monster Madness their flowers on this one, bro. I'm telling y'all, I've been talking about like on the pod on everything. Devolver Digital has been publishing some W games. So if you see that Devolver Digital, man, y'all know it's gonna be a banger. I'm telling you. I've had to learn on my own. I had to learn on my own for real. I love the art style of it. It's very simple, very bright, very colorful, but even if it is a little scary, a little demon-like, it is cool. I do like those simple type of art styles, cartoony styles. I like the main character that's a lamb. Overall, I couldn't think of a better game to play. I don't know what the price tag is on this. Let me look it up real quick before I tell you guys. So this game is actually going to be $25 for a $25 game. It's probably going to be don't quote me on this. I don't know if it's going to be mainly story or if you do stuff afterwards, but it's going to be a $25 game. And at least if it's just story, you're going to get 10-12 hours out of this game and you're going to have an absolute blast with it. And this game comes out August 11th if nothing changes over that time. So honestly, I'm gonna be picking this up day one. I'll be streaming this day one. So if you really want to watch me play this, make sure you guys are subbed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys check out any updates on that. And also, if you guys want to check out the Twitch to see where I do live stuff all the time, twitch.tv/YouLoveNicktana. Live 3 days a week, man. We go crazy over there. We've been playing Elden Ring. We did the Quarry a little bit ago. We just love playing games on there. The community is so nice and amazing. You'll love them. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys like my first impressions for the game Cult of the Lamb. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys made it to the end of the video, why don't you put those prayer emojis for the Cult of Nicktana. I'm just kidding. We're not a cult. But just put the praise emoji so I know you made it to the end, man. I appreciate all you guys. Be safe. Tell someone you love them. And I'll go ahead and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.